which would you support, and how do you feel about it?
I am, thank you, it's a good question. There is nothing more important to our country right now than stopping the debt load that we're giving to future generations. I think a lot of us would agree on that. I give the commission a lot of credit for basically very strongly saying that. So it's out there now. They've done, if that's all they've done, that's a wonderful service. There's some good stuff and some stuff in there I don't like. They don't touch Obamacare. That's not good. Too many tax increases. That's not good. They go after defense a little hard. That I don't like. But they talk about revamping, simplifying, reforming the tax code. Good idea. It's way too complicated. It's way too cumbersome now. I give them a lot of credit for doing that. They talk about real cuts in spending, which is good. They acknowledge that we need to do something right away about entitlements. I think the reforms are a little timid. You talk about raising the retirement age a year or so in the next 75 years. We could be a bit more assertive than that. But in general, they have joined the discussion in a big, powerful way, and there's some good and bad in there. And though Congress won't vote on any of their recommendations in specific, what they've said will influence what Congress does this next year.
So it sounds like you're, just to follow up then, it sounds like you would be in favor of trying to do something about the Obamacare. It sounds like you would also be in favor of doing something about entitlement reform. Are there any other things that you see on your agenda?
When it comes to the deficit and the debt, here's kind of my broad view. We have to do two things. We've got a spending problem. We have to cut spending. And I can get real specific about some of my thoughts. But the second most important thing we've got to do is grow the economy. And I'm of the school of thought that we are not growing the economy unless we cut taxes on small businesses, unless we get off the backs of businesses, unless we, and again, I don't want to just sound like a politician, get off the back of small business. I'll tell you how. We should cut the capital gains tax. I don't want to just keep it at the rate it's at. I want to cut it. We should cut the dividends tax. I don't want to just keep it at the rate it's at. I want to cut it. We should abolish the estate tax. We should cut taxes on businesses and families so that businesses know when they walk out this building, they know what their tax obligations are going to be for the next 5 to 10 years. There's some certainty. The biggest reason businesses and small businesses are not hiring anybody, you've heard me say this, is because I really believe they're scared to death to do that because they don't know what the world's going to cost them when they walk out the door. Shame on government for providing a climate that's given them that uncertainty. So you do that. So we grow the economy, and call me silly if you want, but again, I'm one of these economically conservative guys that believes when you cut taxes on businesses and families, but on businesses, it leads to greater government revenues. The economy grows. These entrepreneurial spirits that we've got in this country go out and they start businesses, they grow businesses. And voila, jobs are created. The economy grows, more money goes into the government coffers. So, how do you attack the deficit? Grow the economy, and then cut spending at the same time. And then have a real adult conversation pretty quickly about entitlements, which both parties are afraid to do. That was almost a filibuster. I apologize. Yes, sir.
Your equation sounds good. How is the Obamacare effect as well as the deal with that?
In a serious way, it'll mess up a lot of what I'm talking about.
It will. How are you going to approach that? You've heard a lot about not giving him money.
And again, I don't know where everybody is in the room. Hopefully, there are a lot of viewpoints in this room on Obamacare. Here's my viewpoint. We have a healthcare system in this country with real problems in cost and access. But I believe we fundamentally have the best healthcare system in the world. And we fundamentally, our president and the Democrats in Congress took one big step in taking that healthcare system with problems and throwing it up against the wall because they've got a viewpoint. They wanted this to be the first step toward government-run healthcare. There's no more important issue in the world right now for Republicans to deal with than Obamacare. What can we do? Two things in the next 2 years. We can do what Congress is supposed to do, our oversight function. We can provide real oversight and hold hearings on how Obamacare was implemented, on how Obamacare is going to work. How is it going to pay for itself? What is it going to do to private physicians in this country? What is it going to do to the private insurance business in this country? That's Congress's job, to hold hearings to educate the American people as to the effects of Obamacare. Right along with that, with the appropriations process and the budget process, thanks, welcome. We should, as much as possible, deny funding to every little piece of Obamacare that we can in the next 2 years. And then, again, hopefully, we'll put somebody in the White House who understands that we need a different approach. Let me make one more important point. Sometimes, it's easy for me to always sound like a bad guy because I'm saying no a lot, and I'm saying we got to get rid of Obamacare, and I'm saying we got to cut spending. Republicans did this before, guys. When they took over Congress in '94 and they tried to shut down the government in '95, '96, and the media jumped on us like we're the big bad Republicans. I believe, don't know how you all think, I believe the media in general, the mainstream media, won't be our friend in this. So it is so important for the Republicans to educate the American people as we're doing this. With a smile on our faces, but with a real sense of talking to the American people about why we're doing it, about why it makes sense right now to not give the president money for Obamacare. That's right. If we don't do that process right along with it, we're going to get hit over the head. The oversight ability that we've got in Congress to hold hearings, great educational feature. I'm coming to you, but I'm coming here first. Yes, ma'am.
I have several issues, and most of them are on health care. I hear you, but what is your alternative plan? And anecdotally, I'm going to say my husband has his own business, a very small business. We pay privately for our health care insurance. We are healthy people. I mean, healthy people. It is ridiculous in terms of the amount of premium. My husband will not go to a doctor because he is scared to death that he's going to get a diagnosis. Oh my goodness, you have high blood pressure. Oh my goodness, you have cholesterol. Oh my goodness, you have acid reflux. Oh my goodness, you have whatever. And as soon as the insurance company hears one little, oh my goodness, there go your rate. It's ridiculous. Pharma, hospital, they're all in bed together. I want to know what the plans are for cost containment because it is astronomical. No one can afford it. Business, individuals, period. What is your plan? If you don't like Obamacare, then what's your plan? And I also want to say, I think where people are, they want what every congressman, congresswoman has in terms of their health care. I want gold plate.
Hi, me.
Only if I get gold plate.
No, hold on a minute. Let me stop you right
I don't
there.
want the bronze baby shoes. I want
I'll answer your question, but let me start with my aunt's own anecdote. They do get a gold plate insurance package. I've been public for a year, and I got to tell you, baby, when I filled out that paperwork, it wasn't an easy thing to do. I turned down every health care benefit that congressmen and women get, and I turn down every retirement and pension benefit that they get. I do not believe it's fair, I do not believe it's right that they pass laws on us and they don't live according to those laws. So I will not be living on that. And I have a wife with a pre-existing condition, so just like everybody